The Kaltraxis were not new to the art of conquest. Their fleets had spread across countless systems, their universal comprehension scanner reducing alien civilizations to predictable patterns of behavior. With the scanner, the Kaltraxis could analyze any species' culture, psychology, and vulnerabilities in mere moments. This time their target was a small blue planet, Earth. Seemed routine at first. The scanner initiated its analysis, ingesting streams of data from Earth's history, its languages, and its people. Wars, art, religion, and revolutions, all catalogued with meticulous efficiency. To the Kaltraxis, humanity should have been like every other species they had encountered, a mosaic of systems reducible to patterns. Yet as the data poured in, something strange happened. The scanner returned conflicting results. Report. Came the directive from High Command. The lead researcher, a Kaltraxis named Torvex, hesitated. The results are inconsistent. Clarify. Torvex exhaled through his spiracle. Human behavior does not align with standard predictive models. Their history is riddled with paradoxes. He displayed the data streams for his superiors. During moments of extreme scarcity, some humans hoard resources while others give them away freely. They construct weapons capable of planetary annihilation, yet also pioneer technologies to heal and sustain life. The High Command was unimpressed. Perhaps the scanner requires calibration. Torvex shook his frilled head. The device is functioning perfectly. The issue lies with the humans themselves. They are inconsistent. The Kaltraxis prided themselves on logic and order. Emotions were alien to them, dismissed as evolutionary defects long since eradicated. But humanity seemed to operate on emotion as much as reason, if not more. Torvex couldn't understand it. How could a species survive, let alone thrive, when driven by such chaotic impulses? Intrigued, Torvex ordered a deeper scan, focusing on human culture. The scanner processed endless volumes of art, literature, music, and film. The results were even more baffling. Humanity, it seemed, celebrated contradiction. Their stories were filled with tragedy and hope, despair and triumph. They laughed at absurdities and wept at beauty. One particular detail puzzled Torvex. "Explain this," he commanded the scanner. "Why do humans create art that evokes sadness? What function does it serve?" The scanner faltered. Data inconclusive. Emotional resonance does not align with survival logic. Torvex reviewed more samples. Paintings depicting grief, songs mourning lost loves, poems contemplating mortality. These creations didn't simply exist. They were revered. Humans seemed to embrace their fragility, finding meaning in it. High Command grew impatient. "Focus on their weaknesses," they barked. "They must have exploitable patterns." Torvex obeyed, directing the scanner to analyze human conflicts. Wars, genocides, betrayals, the darker side of humanity laid bare. But even here, inconsistencies arose. In the ashes of destruction, humans rebuilt. They formed alliances with former enemies. They forgave, sometimes inexplicably. Torvex's frustration deepened. "These creatures are maddening," he muttered. "Their actions defy logic. They adapt without clear direction, succeed without discernible strategy. It's as if chaos itself fuels them." The scanner's final analysis was chillingly ambiguous. Humanity cannot be fully understood. The Kaltraxis decided observation was no longer sufficient. If humanity's true nature could not be understood through analysis, it would have to be revealed through action. High Command approved an experiment, a carefully constructed crisis designed to force humanity's hand. The Kaltraxis would orchestrate a simulated asteroid strike, creating a controlled disaster to test how humans responded under pressure. Torvex oversaw the deployment, ensuring the asteroid was harmless but convincingly threatening. The humans detected it immediately, their networks lighting up with panic and speculation. Governments scrambled to respond, scientists calculated trajectories, and news channels speculated endlessly about humanity's fate. At first, the Kaltraxis saw what they expected. Fear spread quickly, hoarding began in some areas, and misinformation flowed freely. Yet, alongside the panic, another pattern emerged, one that the Kaltraxis had not anticipated. Across the planet, humans organized. Scientists from rival nations collaborated on plans to divert or destroy the asteroid. Civilian groups formed networks to assist those in need. Volunteers distributed resources, and engineers worked tirelessly to prepare evacuation protocols. Even as some humans descended into selfishness, others displayed acts of extraordinary altruism. Torvex monitored the data closely. "Fascinating," he muttered. The same species that had once waged wars over trivial disputes was now uniting against a common threat. Despite their differences, humans displayed an ability to cooperate that defied their tribalistic tendencies. As the asteroid simulation continued, the Kaltraxis introduced a second variable, a series of communications designed to sow discord. Fake messages were transmitted, suggesting some governments were withholding evacuation plans or diverting resources for their own survival. The Kaltraxis assumed this would fracture humanity's fragile unity. Didn't. While the false information caused confusion, humans quickly adapted. Independent fact-checkers debunked the false claims, journalists exposed misinformation, and public trust was restored in record time. Torvex marveled at how quickly humans identified and corrected their errors. Their capacity for self-regulation and resilience was unlike anything the Kaltraxis had encountered. The final phase of the experiment introduced another twist, a deliberate failure in Earth's global communication networks. The Kaltraxis expected widespread despair as humans found themselves isolated from one another. Instead, they found something entirely different. Humans turned to local communities, forming smaller networks of support. They adapted, using older technologies and even physical messengers to share information. Without centralized systems, they created decentralized solutions. Torvex watched in astonishment as humans displayed a level of ingenuity and resourcefulness that bordered on reckless brilliance. Then, something unexpected happened. A group of humans detected the artificial nature of the crisis. Amateur astronomers identified anomalies in the asteroid's trajectory, while hackers intercepted fragments of Kaltraxis communications. The humans realized they were being manipulated and began to coordinate a response. "They're countering us," Torvex said, his voice tinged with disbelief. High Command dismissed the threat, assuming humans lacked the sophistication to act on their discoveries. But Torvex wasn't so sure. He had underestimated these creatures before, and now, he wondered if their unpredictability wasn't a flaw, but a strength. "Perhaps," he whispered, "chaos is their greatest weapon."